Sports betting brother, and hey, bring it up, and thanks for stopping by. My name is Boyd. I'm a sports betting market analyst with OddsJam.com. We teach you how to bet like a pro. Here we are talking about NBA. It's the first part of October. See a lot of preseason games going on. The teams are traveling all around the country, getting ready for the upcoming season, which starts October 24th. This video is a quick video on how to bet the NBA, especially in this time of the year, this section of the year, because it is a sweet, sweet time of the year relative to everything going on with college football, NFL, hockey's getting started, college basketball is coming up. Focusing on NBA real quick and talking about some opportunities and how to bet the NBA at this point in time. Let's take a look. All right, guys, before we get into the video about the NBA betting at this time of the year, the middle of October, first part of October, first part of November, going in the NBA, I want to talk to you about the free phone consultation opportunity. Throw it out there for you. You can email Boyd at oddsjam.com if you want to set up a time to do a Google Meets or a Zoom call, just to talk to you specifically about your situation, your scenario, wherever you're located, to try to help you understand sort of a game plan to get you up and off the ground, using all the OddsJam data just to use all the math to help you profit over and over again. And obviously, once you decide that's for you, using Boyd20, BOYD20, as a new customer at OddsJam, you get 20% off your first 2 months of the subscription. And again, what a better time to use it here. College football, college basketball, NBA, NFL, NHL, everything's going on at this time of the year. It's awesome. So use that to your advantage, and let's go talk about the NBA and getting involved in betting on that. All right, guys, early in the year like this, you have a lot of preseason games going on. You know, you have caught actually a Clippers, Utah Jazz preseason game going on in Hawaii just a day or so ago. And you ask yourself, you know, what's the point of watching that? Well, I think a lot of it is to see which players maybe are standing out and which players are going to kind of fly under the radar. No one is watching this stuff. No one's watching preseason NBA basketball. And that's okay, because it's to your advantage to go in there and do some research, do some homework, and get some legwork done prior to the season. And that's going to help you identify some player prop bets, some point spreads, some totals, things like that, kind of understand the rotation of how involved a player might get. You have all these different, players changing rosters and changing teams and everything going forward. So it's really going to be a good opportunity to do homework. And that's what I recommend this first part of the year. Homework. Put the time in, put the study in. It's going to pay off for you down the road. All right, guys, I mentioned the first part, middle of October, you can see some games going on here. And what I recommend is just get familiar with the market, get familiar with the lines, the odds, the player rotations, things like that. Start to get to know and get comfortable with the idea that NBA is going to be kicking off here soon. And if you do your homework and hit the ground running, you're going to understand some of the relationships and the situations going on with the various teams. It's also going to help you in the player prop bets. And right now, you can't have the player prop bets going on in the preseason for the exhibition games. But you can also understand that the players and the lines and the odds, whether you're doing totals and things like that. Just something to really start understanding the tempo of the teams, rotations, things like that. So it's a good time to do your homework. You're going to have a lot of opportunities that are going to be here that aren't here a little bit later in the year. And so November, December, January, as the markets and the teams and everything starts to shift, you'll have to adjust and pivot and edit what you're doing as far as some of your market research on these things. But this is a good opportunity to find some gaps and some holes when the season kicks off, and you have everyone and their brother in the public on certain areas and certain size totals and player props. But if you have done your homework early on and understand the markets, you're going to be able to jump in and find some gaps and some opportunities at that point in time. That's what I recommend. Another good tip or strategy for you in betting the NBA is get yourself a schedule. Get the schedule and know that on Thursdays there's a great opportunity because there's not a lot of games going on as they're transitioning on their travels and their travel itineraries. So understand that maybe early on, if you have a team that's hyped up and supposed to do really, really well, maybe they're starting on the road against a bunch of other good teams. Maybe you have them starting at home against some bad teams. You're starting to kind of look ahead and think about those back-to-back road games that maybe you can identify some opportunities and put it on your calendar. Do a little planning, do a little prep, and be a pro. Do this the right way, and set it up to where you're looking ahead and thinking ahead, preparing and analyzing, so that when you see an opportunity in the markets, you can react very, very quickly at the right sportsbook using all the OddsJam tools. This next tip or method is really just pretty simple. It's something that you're going to do ahead of time now in the planning and the prep prior to the year starting, in the preseason early on, identifying the coaching changes, identifying the roster changes, identifying the rotations, understanding the tempo, injuries, things like that, because that's going to be something that's going to help you out early. But certainly you're going to have a different approach as the markets get more efficient, as the markets catch up, and as everything changes in the middle part of the year, also after All-Star break going into the playoffs. That'll be a whole other type of method and strategy as the markets get more efficient. But right now you have opportunities to go find and hunt for those hidden gems. When the market is less efficient, like it will be going into the new part of the year, that's your opportunity. That's your opportunity to pounce, an opportunity to take advantage of a lot of player prop bets and a lot of totals and sides that you may not have into the middle part of the year, and certainly the latter part of the year when the markets catch up. And finally, just understand that you play to your strengths. If you're really good at player props and have that down, doing really well, and you're involved in that market heavily, you're going to be able to use OddsJam to find those outlying prices that give you the best price and the best opportunity. Use that to your advantage. If you understand that the 3, the 4, the 5, and the 7 are kind of key numbers in the NBA, use that to your advantage playing on the sides. And if you're into the totals and you're, doing really well at your strategy with the totals, use, again, OddsJam's tools to help you find the opportunities in outlier pricing and take advantage profitably, mathematically, using any and all of these recipes. And again, it's a great time to take advantage of these early bird opportunities, as the markets will eventually catch up and things will change as we get further into the year. All right, guys, there's some good tips to get started with as the NBA season gets going here really, really soon. And again, as always, make sure you join the channel. I'm going to have some other videos coming out all year that are talking about different bet types. Certainly as the markets get more efficient, use some different bet types like alt lines, alt totals, things like that. Very, very profitable endeavors to use all the OddsJam tools to identify those opportunities as well. So continue to check in here on more updated NBA. As always, if you have questions or if you want me to cover something in specific on the NBA as far as wagering, leave that down below. Be happy to get back to you. And appreciate you stopping by. As always, let's go make some mathematical money.